After 11 long years, we are finally back in college football. So today we are going to be doing our very first episode. It's technically second, but this is going to be the start of the actual series of college football Dynasty mode with our new head coach that you all designed on the channel. So in our Dynasty, we are going to be playing on the hardest mode. Our goal is going to be getting from a nobody coach that coaches at a small school to a somebody, the GOAT. And we're going to have to compare ourselves with Nick Saban at the end of this run. We're going to try to play all 30 years. Nick Saban coached 28, so we may stop it a couple years early. But we're going to try to get to the end of the actual Dynasty mode. I'll detail a little bit more out later in the video exactly what our goals are, what we're going to be kind of playing by, and like the rule set and stuff. But I'm going to go through the settings first of all. So we're playing on Heisman. Cut and dry going to be the hardest mode, our hardest skill level, and that's where we're playing on. Coach firing is on. If we get fired, we'll have to restart as the lowest tier team that we have possible or available to us. We're going to turn down the Coach XP speed to the slowest. I don't want to develop too fast. That's not realistic. Slowest is probably the most realistic. Slow isn't too bad either, but through a little bit of testing I did for the last couple hours, slowest is going to be most realistic. This one doesn't really matter. Injury going to be on, wear and tear on. Play call cooldown. So I think I'm going to do 3 and 3. I'm not sure what the max is on this actually. So 10. So I think I'm going to do 3 and 3. So you're going to have, so I'm going to do 4 and 3. So play call cooldown. I'm going to have to play, call 4 other calls before I can go back to this one. And I'm going to have a play call limit of 3, so I can't just spam the same old play. You don't really want to do that, and I could limit myself, but honestly, this is going to be a hard stop. It's not going to let me go past it. Next up, we have our 8-minute quarter links. I feel like that's pretty comfortable. We may adjust this later on. We're going to have accelerated clock on. I'm going to go around. I did 20 seconds a little earlier. I think I'm going to go 25. I think it's a little bit better. It runs the game down a little bit less. So the 8-minute games don't feel as fast, but you still get a lot of playing time if you kind of get my sense. We're going to have full control. Auto recruiting off, auto user upgrade off. So those are our settings. Next up, we are going to be not doing anything. So next up, we are going to be taking a look at our coach.
It's now time to select your team.
Well, first of all, we got to select our team, and through the channel, you all, Kirk Street, top talking. Why are we talking, Kirk? I need to turn off that setting. So the next up, we're going to be choosing our team. So through the channel, you all voted on a team. 150 votes, so shout out to you guys on voting. But we chose, or you all chose, Kennesaw State. This is where we're starting our career at. In this world building, we're offensive coordinator here. We were specialized as a quarterbacks coach, as again, you all voted on the channel. And that's how we're going to progress. There's a little bit different rules, but I'll talk about those later. So we're going to be a head coach. Next up, we have our backstory. Again, you all voted on this one, and you all voted for recruiter. A little bit obvious, but we'll run with it. I may do one down the road as a motivator, tactician, and stuff, but this one is going to be recruiter, and we're going to be not developing guys. We're going to be bringing in the top talent around the conference. Always be recruiting. What a name. So next up, we have to design our coach. If you've watched some of our channel before, our Road to the Show series, you know that I like doing just a randomly generated coach. I don't like putting, myself, my likeness, or anybody else's likeness. I just do a random generated coach. They don't have a random option on this. It's a coaching creator, so it's not that insane. So we just random select the face, and this is what we ended up with. It is Mike Walton. We're going to stick with the offensive playbook of the pistol. The defensive playbook is going to be the same. We might change these around as we develop in our career. For the start, we're going to stay the same again because in our backstory, Mike Walton he grew up around Atlanta. He went to Kennesaw State, graduated, became a grad assistant, worked his way up into offense coordinator, and then finally he became the head coach. And that is how we're going to be playing it. So he's been molded into the system, so we're going to keep the same stuff. We're going to have adaptive AI on aggressive. I believe this means that they are going to adapt to your play style quicker than most. So again, we want this to be as hard as possible, try to make it realistic as possible. Kennesaw State should not be going 6-6. They should probably not make a bowl for 2 or 3 years, so hopefully we don't get fired in the meantime. But we're going to try to make it hard as possible. No huddle style, we're just going to play balance. We're not there yet. I don't think we're a no huddle guy. Not us. Offensive aggressiveness. I like to go a little bit aggressive on offense and then a little bit less aggressive on defense. And you can see our appearance, physique. We can take a look at. We're 6'2", 223. It's kind of randomly selected. I didn't do anything crazy. And then apparel. They have 2 options. This one looks fine. The other one looks kind of goofy. We chose this one. They're going to need to come up with new design options for the apparel and stuff. But this is what we have. So this is who our coach is. And this is who we're going to try to get to be the new GOAT of college football, Mike Walton. So we have... I just now noticed that the game sound is extremely loud. So apologies if your ears are getting blown out to the intro. But we are turning it down now. So here are our Dynasty guidelines. So we're going to start with recruiting. Well, first of all, let's start with our 3-year contract. Mike Walton is now the coach of the Kennesaw State. Well, not yet. He's got to sign a contract. But in a moment, he'll be the coach of the Kennesaw State Owls outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So we're going to be required to win 4 games a season. I think we can get to that, especially if we schedule an FBS team where we're playing, some Conference USA teams. It should be relatively easy. With all the requirements that we're going to put in our way, it may not. We may get fired. If we get fired, we're probably going to have to take another low-paying job. We may have to go to offensive or defense coordinator. Who knows? You might get relegated, kind of like a Sarkisian of Texas. He got relegated after his bad stint at Washington. I think he coached around a little bit. Went to Alabama under Saban, and then I don't think he went straight to Texas. He might have, but then he ended up at Texas. And look at him now. He was in the college football playoff last year. Hopefully we don't have to go through that, but if we do, we'll work it out. So first of all, we have our recruiting limit. So there's only 2 here. No outright restrictions to start. I haven't played this game enough to really know how, if there's cheese to recruiting. Obviously, if there's stuff that we know is cheese. The day 1 build, you were able to get 4 or 5-star recruits if you really try to go for them. We're not going to do that. The second thing is going to limit that is we're going to have to sign a minimum of 18 high school or JUCO recruits per season. Obviously, if I don't get to 18, it's not going to be in the world, but I can't just go and target 4 and 5-star recruits and bring in 6 guys. I'm going to recruit around 18. If I get 17 one year and 19 the next year, that's fine. If I consistently come under 18, I'll reevaluate, but I think 18's a good. I mean, there's 85 guys on a roster, 18, 72 players. So if I'm not filling out 72, out of 85 players on the team, I feel like that's a big issue. Next up, we have gameplay. So 8-minute quarters, time is in difficulty, the play cooldown stuff you all seen. On the other side, on stuff you haven't seen, we're going to user lock on 1 defender on defense. We're going to try to switch this between different position groups every game. So one game we'll do defensive line, next we'll do linebackers, and then the third game we'll do DBs, maybe cornerbacks, safeties. It gets kind of weird when you play as corners if they get too far out onto the sidelines and stuff. It gets really weird and you can't really see anything, so they get a better jump on you. So we may not do cornerbacks, but we'll do safeties and stuff. The coach progression on slowest. We're going to try to attempt to play every single game, but honestly, blowouts either way. If we're getting beat out, if we're beating somebody, we're going to sim those. We're probably going to get beat out a lot early on, so we may not play full games. So we may just cut through, a couple big plays or something. But down the line, if we're beating up on FBS teams or FCS teams, we're not going to be playing the full game. And then we're going to try to attempt to play realistically as possible, like no laggy coverage on, wide receivers. A lot of people in the competitive community will play really far off a wide receiver because they know that the quarterback's not going to pass to him in the first 3 or 4 seconds, so they're going to have to, they're not going to have to get as good of a jump to defend the guy. We're not going to do that. We're going to, press guys and stuff like that. If we're pressing them, and stuff like that. Next is roster creation. We can't redshirt players that aren't freshmen. It's not very typical you see a guy that is not a freshman get redshirt unless they're injured, so we're going to try to keep that in this dynasty. We also can't redshirt projected starters or backups. So if we bring in a good freshman, we can't redshirt them, because why would you redshirt one of your top 3 guys? Wide receivers and cornerbacks, since there's so much depth there on a roster, we're not going to be able to redshirt any of our top 4 guys, because those guys will theoretically get playing time. Once numbers and name change goes live in a patch, I think they mentioned that this is going to come live, I think, either on actual release or maybe a week after actual release or something. We're going to try to put in the subs into the chat. So if you all want to go ahead and sub now, if we get to 500 sub, we'll put in the members and stuff. We'll kind of come up with a thing, and we're probably not going to be expensive. Probably going to be $1 or $2. There might be different levels to it, but for now, we're going to try to add you all in down the line, be able to edit people, and we'll give, a yearly recap of all the players and stuff like that. It may not exactly be a super long video, but it'll be something where we go and touch base with those guys over 4 years and stuff. Next up, we have scheduling. So we're going to follow the IRL schedule for the first few years. I don't know how long it actually supposed to go. I know the conference schedules are supposed to last like 8 to 12 years or something, but the out-of-conference is scheduled, they're only scheduled 3 or 4 years in advance, so I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do that. So probably for the first couple years, maybe only at Kennesaw State will follow it, and then outside of that, we'll change around. But as a G5 team, we must play all out of conference P4 games on the road, unless we were ranked at the end of last season. So if we finish the season ranked in the top 25, we'll be able to schedule a game at home if we want to. We don't have to, but it's not going to require us to schedule on the road. Right now, all of our P4 away games are going to be on the road. If we play like a G5 team, we'll probably flip-flop. We'll probably do a, we'll switch year on, year off. We'll play at home, we'll play away, and then we'll switch to somebody else. Honestly, I'm not sure how long it'll take us to get out of the G5. Hopefully it's not too incredibly quick or not too incredibly long. Depending on the rivals, I'm not sure exactly who Kennesaw State's rivals are. I probably should look that up. But them being an FCS last year, it's kind of new to everybody. But depending on the rivals, we're going to need to schedule at least one rival out of conference game per year if they have out of conference opponent or rivals. If they don't, then we're not going to need to. If there's only one rival, then we'll do it every other year. One out of conference rival. If we have an in-conference rival, then obviously we should be playing them most of the years, if not all of them. And then since FBS schools do play FCS teams about one team per year, we're going to be able to schedule that as well. But for G5 teams, it's going to be every other year. So we're not going to be able to play an FCS school every year. And in this first year, we're not going to, because the schedule's already made out for us. Conference realignment is our next topic. Realignment has happened every few years, so there's going to have some type of realignment going on. I think our first move is going to be moving the recently announced ACC teams that want to leave and go to the Big 12. Clemson and FSU are heading that, so those two will go, and then probably two top teams around the 2029 year. And the conference rules may change more frequently if I feel like the setup is annoying or just doesn't provide good results. So if divisions are in conference, I think divisions are in Sunbelt Conference. If they're just like stupid, I might take those out. I might put them in some conferences. I might take them out. I might add conference games. I might subtract just on a whim. The rules are going to be a little bit different season to season, whereas the realignment will happen every 5 to 6 seasons. Moving colleges. So here's kind of how we're going to progress through our career. If you look at any top coach, they spend a couple years at a place, and a couple years at a place, and then a couple years at a place, and then they kind of finally got stuck at their, I guess you call it, dynasty school. Like Nick Saban, he coached at Akron for a year, or to Toledo for a year as the head coach, and then he went to the NFL as the Browns defensive coordinator, I think, and then he jumped back to college at Michigan State for 4 years, about 4 or 5 years, went to LSU for 4 or 5 years, and then he went to Alabama for 17, as most of us know. So that's kind of how we do it. So we may play for 3 or 4 teams, or coach for 3 or 4 teams. We're not playing in this one. We don't play ball. We coach ball. So yeah, that's going to be kind of the objective here. We can't jump straight from a G5 to a P4 program. That rarely, if ever, happens. You might jump from a G5 to a low P4 program and then to a top program, but rarely do you ever go from a bottom feeder to the cream of the crop. We must complete objective previous 2 seasons or win a college football playoff game to be eligible to get a promotion. So if we win 4 games in a row, or if the contract changes to 6 games and we win that back-to-back season, or if we win 4 games and the next season we win 6 and the contract is changed, that counts. Or if we just make it to win the college football playoff game, obviously I feel like we would have satisfied our contract for that year, and then that win would give us the second, the 2 of 2 there. If we're fired, like I said, we have to take the lowest job available, and then we'll restart, and then we must stay at a minimum of 3 years before jumping ship. So again, I'm going to play out this first contract. Basically, you're going to complete your first contract at every new team, and then from there, you're going to have the ability to jump ship if you completed the goal the last 2 years, or if you played the goal that year and then went to the college football playoff. But for now, that is all the rules. If I need to add more, I will, but right now, we're going to keep that. I think that's going to give us good guidelines. Again, these aren't really rules. They're more just like guidelines we want to follow to make this as realistic as possible. So with that being said, I just backed out of the coach. I have to restart. I'll be right back. So after that little mishap, we have finally got back. I'm not sure there's the same face, but it looks kind of close and kind of like probably looks closer to an actual coach. I'm not sure what the hairdo on the guy was. So through all that explanation, we are finally here. We are going to sign the contract, and Mike Walton is now the official head coach of the Kennesaw State Owls. And our first task is going to be setting up the recruiting board. So I might not spend too much time on this. I'm probably going to do it myself behind the scenes, and then I'll showcase you all here in a moment. So 3, 2, 1. So I went through, I'm going to scroll through these as I talk, but I went through and I looked at the recommended recruits. Didn't really find much, so I started sorting by interest in me. And then again, didn't really find much. So then we started looking at pipeline, and we've kind of picked up a couple guys. We probably have about 25 guys that really wanted to come here and play for us. So we're going to try to focus on them. But we did pick up like, another 10 that kind of don't really know where they want to play yet. So hopefully we can sneak them in as well. We're probably going to have to do a lot of in-season recruiting and throughout the weeks kind of looking at guys and figuring out where they want to go and if they're slipping through the cracks. Again, that's how you'd find 4 and 5 stars. But honestly, we just need to fill out our board at this point, and we have really not been able to do so with our current build. But right now we have our top player in Anthony Saavedra. I'm not sure if he'll come here. He's in a different pipeline, or his pipeline is crazy at other schools, so we're probably not going to pull him. But then our left outside linebacker right here, the number 1 left outside linebacker, I think. No, 14. Why is it number 1 then? Oh, he's number 1 on our list. Okay, so Byron Conway, a 3-star out of South Carolina. We have a 1 pipeline tier there. I love our tier 1 pipeline. So we're going to have to compete with South Carolina, but hopefully he falls through the cracks and comes to us. And then we have another cornerback in Tim Cho. We're 6 on his board. Again, just not really going to be competitive in his pipeline tier, but hopefully he can fall to us. So with that, we're going to go through and kind of out some of these guys, and we'll be right back with you. But before we do that, I almost forgot, we have to spend our skill points. So again, you all voted to put us in recruiter, but you also voted us to be more of a quarterback, wide receiver focused coach. So here you can see all these different abilities affect different skills positions, or just positions in general. So you can see we're going to be focused on quarterback and wide receiver, tight end. Obviously, I didn't put tight end up, but they were kind of coupled up together. I wasn't sure if that'd be the case, but they are the receiving people anyway. So we're going to be focused. So we have to send our 5 points somewhere, and we're going to put it into, I'm not really sure. Let me see who our quarterback is real quick, and we'll see how we want to do it that way. Looking at our depth chart here, our quarterback is, oh my goodness, a 63 overall, a red-shirted sophomore, and then a 62 overall red-shirted sophomore. Let's look at wide receivers. Wide receivers not that bad, honestly. We have a 76 overall junior, 70 overall junior, 69 overall junior, and a 69 overall junior, all redshirted. Then we have a 70 or 67 overall freshman who's been redshirted as well. No, not many, no abilities, only on our freshman who has an ability, which is recoup, which is good for us. But so we're going to be focused on our quarterbacks. We definitely need to bring in a big quarterback going into next year. So we're going to be focusing on our quarterback tree to start off. Let me get over there, and then we'll put that straight into advanced quarterbacks. So quarterbacks take less time to scout, which is going to be a blessing for us because we don't have many hours to spend to start off here. We're a 1-tier school. We only have 450 hours this first week, and then I think it drops to 350. So we'll look to see if we have any quarterbacks. We do have 1 quarterback. He is a 1-star. We are in his top 6. He's in a pipeline tier 1 pipeline out of Beaufort, Georgia, which is that Georgia Southern? Yeah, Georgia Southern, or no, Duke has a 3-star pipeline. So does Arkansas State. Interesting enough. So we're going to go into him first. We'll showcase this one so you all can see kind of the recruiting screen. So you can see here, this is scouting. So we get 60% on him right away, which is absolutely insane. So instead of taking, I think, 50 hours, it's going to take just 20. And we can see he has decent throw power at 82. Short accuracy is all right. Medium accuracy is abysmal. Throw on the run's not bad. Breaking sack is 72, which concerns me because what is deep accuracy? If it's not shown, then it's not in his top 10 abilities, and that is a concern. Awareness at 59, under pressure 68, speeds at 76, so not terrible. Celebration's also decent, and he also has the natural ability. So we're going to extend a recruit, or a scholarship. I can't speak right now. We're extending him scholarship, so hopefully we can get some points early on. But right now, I'm going to do the rest of these, and I'll get right back with you all. So we just got finished with giving out all of our points, 450 to be exact. So we offered Byron Conway. He's their number 1 on the board, our best player that we can probably even try to feasibly get. He's third in we're his third school. But we are competing in South Carolina, Charlotte, FSU, and Clemson. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. So we didn't really have much. We kind of got carried away with the offense side, which kind of makes sense since we are offensive focused here. But we're able to throw out some scholarships to some people, get out some sellers. We threw out 12 scholarships already. We fully recruited a couple players. We didn't find any. We did find one gem who was a running back. If I can ever find him. We found 2 or 3 busts, I think. So it wasn't a great. So we found 1 or 2 busts, and we found Running back, Daryl Irving. We're not even close on his board. We did scout him. We offered him a scholarship, so maybe we can sneak up. He's only a 2-star. He's probably going to play around a 3-star level. He is in our tier 2 pipeline, so maybe we can sneak one by offering him early scholarship. That's kind of what smaller schools do. They'll offer early scholarships to kids, knowing that they're probably going to leave, but maybe they get through the class cracks and they come to you because they were like, man, they really wanted me early on where nobody else did. They only, wanted me after they saw what I could do for them. That probably doesn't work out very often, but sometimes, hopefully in this case, it does. So next thing up, we're going to go around and try to redshirt some players. So we're going to redshirt Jarvis Adams. I mean, he's not going to play probably for the next couple years because he's already, he's the same class as Newman because Newman was redshirted, and then Wright is a year older. So he's probably not going to see the field until he's probably at least a senior at this point. But if he can stay with us and develop, hopefully up to the low 70s, maybe even middle 70s, he'll be a good player for us, for a year or two. Our next redshirt is going to go to Jackson Colvin. Again, similar scenario. Westmoreland is 80 overall, 79, but he's getting the coach boost to 80 overall. So Colvin will probably not play until his senior year, so we're going to try to give him a little bit more time, and we're going to give him a red shirt. Actually, I'm not even going to redshirt these guys because these guys aren't going to see the field, and the new rule is that it'll auto-apply. I redshirt these guys when they don't play. So that's awesome. So they're going to redshirt these guys regardless if they don't play at all. That's a really cool feature. Next thing on the list is I want to go over the team real quick. You've obviously seen the quarterbacks. The running backs is actually going to be our best part of our team, which is unfortunate because y'all told us to do a passing scheme, but we're going to be running probably for the first year or two until we get a decent quarterback. But we'll try to do a little bit of both. But we have Ben Yard, Bennyfield, both here. They have one physical trait each. Scott has a workhorse trait. Oh, as a freshman as well, and that'll be nice. We have a tier 5 pipeline in Florida. No shot, right? But anywho, so this is going to be our running back room. Very, very good for us to start off. Fullbacks don't really count. Wide receivers, we've already looked at. Not amazing, not terrible. Carson Kent is going to be our tight end for the season. Then we have JT Pennington taking up our left tackle slot. He's pretty good at junior. And then we have a Sauser backing him up. He doesn't even have, I guess he wasn't in the game. Nate Wright is coming in at left guard. He is only a sophomore, so he's probably one of our best players, if not our best player on the line. He has outside shield and quick trap, so 2 physical abilities, both at silver, I do believe. So that's very, very good for us. And then we have a freshman who has inside shield backing him up at right guard. So that's very, very good for us for the next few years. And then our center is also 70 overall, sophomore, has quick drop. Ethan Newman will be our starting left. Oh, he's going to be our right guard. Does awareness drop? No. So he'll be starting for us. No abilities on either of these guys, but he's going to be a freshman, so hopefully he can develop really fast and be very, very good. Jacob Keatles, he doesn't have his face scan in, so I'm not sure if he wanted to play or not, but he's in the game. He's a senior, though. And then on the other side of the ball, probably our best player is Westmoreland. He has quick jump. He's a left end. He's 80 overall. Has 83 speed and 89 acceleration, so he should be very, very good. And then Dunlap is going to back him up. But Westmoreland's a sophomore, so hopefully over the next year or two, hopefully he doesn't leave us after next year, but he might. And then hopefully if we can get him for 3 years, that'll be really good for us. And then on the right side, he's going to be Jordan Miles. No abilities, but he is 75 overall. As junior, backing up, we have Jamar Rux. And then at defensive tackle, we have a 78 overall junior, Adam Watkins. Seems to be decent, no abilities though. Oh, it shows your deal breakers down here and your low rare and tear, so that's pretty cool. And then the other guy at defensive tackle is going to be Tamarius Walker. And then after that, it just kind of falls off a cliff. So hopefully we can bring in new defensive tackles next year. And then right outside linebacker is going to be Baron Hobson, a very, very good-looking player, 78 overall, junior. Very good for us, I should say. Moving on to middle linebacker, we have Danelius Johnson, or Dunlius Johnson, 80 overall, sophomore, 80 speed, 86 acceleration. So he'll be another good player for us for this year and next year. Hopefully he'll stay around for a senior, but we'll have to wait. And the backing him is Barnum, a senior. Not that great, but he is all right. And then our right outside linebacker is Ben Yard, a 70 overall junior. And then we have a freshman that should be waiting in the wings for next season. And then we have Jericho Washington Jr., a 78 overall freshman cornerback. So we have, with the red shirt, do they only have to play 2 years? I don't know, but hopefully he doesn't leave us. He's set 90 speed, 93 acceleration, so pretty fast guy out there in the wings. Our number 2 cornerback is Tyler Hallam out of Marietta, Georgia, 75 cornerback junior, and then Nick Sawyer as CB3 will be a 68 overall. Not terrible, not great. And then we have 2 freshmen after that, so hopefully they can get redshirted and be good next year. At our free safety position, we have Sidney Porter, a junior that's 77 overall with decent intangibles, especially speed. And then at our strong safety position, we have Jam Warren, heck of a name, Jam. And he's 70 overall, not great, nothing to call home about. And then we have a couple freshmen behind him as well. And then we have kicker, punter. Kicker is abysmal at 64 overall, geez Louise. Punter's actually not too terrible, 75 overall. Maybe that's good because we're going to be having a ton of punts this year. Our kicker trainer is going to be Tykeem Wallace. He'll be 91 overall. 94 speed, exactly what you want. Fast guy. Is he an underclassman? No, he's not an underclassman. Typically, you have an underclassman there, but we're going to leave him there since he's so much better than everybody else. I'm sure we can find another one, but he'll also be our punt returner as well. And our onside kick is going to be our punter, which is interesting enough. Our long snapper will be our freshman center. Or is he our center? No, he's our left guard. Our freshman left guard is our best long snapper. Interesting. Third down. Oh, this is cool. I love this. Third down running back. Heck, yeah, that's actually a really cool feature. Is going to be Ben Yard as well. And then our power back is going to be Ben Field. Oh, I love this feature so much. Does it give him different ratings? Yeah, it does give him different ratings. That's awesome. Oh, I love that. That's a cool feature. Not seen in NCAA 14. And then slot receiver is going to be Connor Finer. Another very cool name. He'll be 69 overall, so that's good. I don't even know what RLE is. I can't even remember off the top of my head. Rushing left end? Rushing right end, I guess. That's kind of like a linebacker split with a defensive tackle. No, just rushing. I'm not going to go through all these guys because we probably talked about all of them. But anyways, we wrapped a back around to our quarterback. So that is our team for this year. So the biggest takeaway from that is that we're going to definitely have a lot of work to do going into the future. So this year we're not going to change the schedule, but we'll be facing UTSA, which should be possibly a win. Who knows? I mean, it's and they're 11-3. That's your next mind. Never mind. We're going to get beat. And then we play Louisiana, San Jose State, and then we finish out our non-conference schedule with FCS Southeast. So we should win this game. And then we go into conference play, Jack State, Middle Tennessee State, Liberty, which should be an absolute beating, even though it is at home. Western Kentucky, UTEP, Sam Houston, FIU, and Louisiana Tech to finish out the year. So Louisiana Tech didn't have a great year to end the last year. So we should be able to hopefully sneak out a win or two. And Sam Houston State definitely had a record last year. They need to fix that. But hopefully we can sneak out a win or two in the schedule. The Conference USA is definitely weaker than previous years. So hopefully we can do a little bit of damage going in to the end of the season. Hopefully I want to get 4 wins. If we can get 4 wins, I'll be incredibly happy. So starting right off, I don't know why it goes quick. Like, I don't know why it goes by quick. There must be a feature I can turn off. But we're at risk of losing 4 different players to transferring. Rux, Dansby, Watkins, and Dunlap. 2 of them are for play style, and 2 of them are for pro potential. Which, interesting enough, Dansby thinks he's going to go pro. Brother, you're going to go pro in something other than sports. I promise. But anyways, those are the guys we are at risk at losing. I don't know why it goes through the recruits so quick. But it is a bye week, so we're going to do some recruiting, and we'll get right back with you. I was hoping to play a game in this episode, but we might not play a game in this one, but we'll see. One thing I want to point out before we get into it, Tim Cho, look at that. We were the only team to actually develop any influence with him, so hopefully, we can sneak him into our team as a 3-star. That'd be awesome to see. But unfortunately, he was a bust. You hate to see it. Looking at our recruiting board once again, let's go to the top here. So we didn't really have any. Well, let me focus on Byron Conway. So hopefully, looking here at his overview, we've snuck up to 2nd place. We're behind South Carolina now, so hopefully we can steal him. Tim Cho, we showed him a second ago. He isn't getting recruited by anybody else, so maybe we can sneak him. Same thing with Pat Malden, a 2-star defensive tackle. Nobody else is recruiting him. We jumped up a lot, actually, almost in his top 5. And then we're just going to scroll through the rest. But we had to add some guys, take some guys off. We had to add another running back because the 2 guys that were on our list didn't want to come play for us. They locked us out early on in this season, which is very, very interesting. Both wide receivers that we have here are pretty much almost locks for us. I'm not going to say locks, but close to being a lock, a soft lock, I guess, a padlock, if you will. Then here's a running back we added, Anthony Kermazi. Nobody's recruited him. He gets a 3-star. He is a JUCO player, so we're only going to have him for a year or two. But hopefully we can sneak him out from these top schools. So we are going to play this game in this one. So we're going to be playing against UTSA. I'm not even sure. Roadrunners, I think, is actually their mascot name. But here we are. We're kind of outmatched, outclassed, if you will. This is our very first game as head coach. But we're going to need to do a lot of managing if we're going to be able to win this game. Again, we're going to be running the ball a ton. But we'll have to see. Let's look at our current jerseys. Ooh, the yellow ones look nice. Yellow and black is cold. I like the combo combination. But I think we're going to go with the white ones. I think we're going to start off with the white ones. The white jerseys, black helmets. And we'll go ahead and get into this bad boy. Without further ado, let's get into this game. And here we are. I'm going to shut up for a little bit and let you all watch this one.
And we are fired up to get this game underway. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Kennesaw State Owls, taking on a team from the AAC, the UTSA Roadrunners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
So getting into it, we will be kicking the ball off. This actually would have been a former Conference USA game if UTSA would have stayed into it. But they unfortunately left for the American, as they will take a touchback here and go out to the, I think it's the 35 now, 25. Who's this? Tight end is a really, really good. So here we are, 3 uses left out of all these plays. We'll see. We're going to lock with our lineman, Westmoreland, this game. He's our best player on defense. I think next game we'll play as a middle linebacker. Ooh. As Danelius Johnson will get his first tackle of the season, and they'll be running a quick no huddle here. So we're going to change to cover 2, and the running back will get 6 or 7 yards and the first down. They're going to be playing quick today. I don't know if we are prepared for this one. Oh man, this is going to be a interesting. Oh, that running back is going to go 11-yard carry. They're just going to keep running it. Oh god, they're just going to keep running whatever they want. Oh, play fake and wide open just down the field. This is going to be an interesting season, to say the least. Can we blitz? Yeah, let's blitz. This game is so quick, dude. It's going to be interesting to play. They scored a touchdown in the first quarter. Just really unfazed whatsoever, as they just basically run it down the field in less than 2 minutes on us. Oh my goodness, the no huddle is really going to screw us over. I got people doing push-ups out here. Oh, you just love to see it, don't you? Just rub it in our face, why don't you? That'll be a boot. We're going to take this in the end zone, and we're going to go out to the 25. All right. Here's the impact players. Gabriel Binyard, Donovan Westmoreland on our team, and then Decarian, is it Cook? Elvis? Whatever it's called. First play of the game, we're going to be running the ball. We're going to probably run a little bit of ground and pound to start the season. Our running back is our best player. He spun the wrong way. All right, 1-yard loss. Just a heck of a way to start off this season. A little bit of a curl combo. I love this feature, man. You can see the blocking of where everybody's going to block, who they're going to cover, so you can kind of anticipate who you need to. Oh, yeah. Good catch. Good catch. That'll be a 3rd and 1. Flip this play. Let's go halfback power to the left. I'll hit that 2-hole right there. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to run back. Cut it back across the line. He'll get 5 yards and a first down. Going to play action. Play PA seams. See if we can get Kent or Finer down the field wide open. Oh, you're just trying to calm the crowd. Oh, shoot.
And that pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down.
Just no comment.
Turn on the interception. And that's just excellent. Big cover one, nowhere to throw the football.
I just lobbed that ball up right for the taking. Love to see it. Oh, we're dropping back. They got a screenplay going on. Oh, he's running into. Wow. If we get 21-0, we're simulating the rest of the game. This may not be as long as video as I was anticipating. Oh, Lord Almighty. I will say, I didn't play Madden. I don't play Madden. I got Madden this year, and I think I played probably 10 hours of it. And this game's 10 times faster than that game ever is. So this is definitely a learning curve. I've played in Civilization 14. I played it on an emulator on my PC, so I'm like used to playing football, but just not at this speed. And just like these mechanics are just something else, man. Just like the quickness of just how fast guys move. We may have to turn down the speed, but I don't really want to in case we want to play online. But oh, I thought I got around him. That was a 7-yard gain. It's not bad. Not bad. We're going to run PA seams once more, man. See if they can not screw us over this time. It was 100% our fault, though. Oh, yeah. That was a terrible play. I don't know why I threw that to him. Because, yeah, we're going to run a draw here. See if we can get him sleeping. Who are we blocking? Nobody. That's weird, doesn't it? Ooh. 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 He lost him. He lost him. Yeah, for being a pass-focused coach, we are running the ball a lot. But honestly, you gotta play with what you're given, and we were given a team that is running back focused. That was a big hit. I don't know what that red circle means. I need to definitely read up. I wanted to get this video out, so that's why we're focused on that now. But I need to read up on all the little highlights and stuff. Was he getting hit? That was a terrible throw. Poor throw. We're gonna double post out of the gun. I need to stop hitting the down button. Man, our line just can't block, and now we're gonna have to punt. Fake punt. That is a. Don't want to get a flag. All right, so they scored a touchdown here. This game's over. Oh god. We might play the offensive drive, but this game's more. This is the first quarter, man. If they score another touchdown in the first quarter, that was a. What was that? That was such a quick throw. Oh, we can switch defensive schemes too in that menu. They are freaking throwing the ball so quick. Like this? Oh, yeah. I don't know what this play is, but... Oh, we're blitzing. 100%. Oh, they're calling an audible, too. Run the ball. No way I didn't get to him. No shot. I mean, that was a smart play. They realized we were blitzing. Threw a screen. Perfect play. Combination for them. And they're freaking audibling again. Looks like they're going to pass this time. I'm so used to the NCAA 14 mechanics, too. Oh, my goodness, dude. I shouldn't even show this gameplay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just getting such bad, just like... I'm just so used to how it plays on NCAA 14, like this, how much they carry, not being able to stop on a dime. Oh, good defense. Good way to break up the pass there. Give us a little bit of a breather. All right, 2nd and 10. Let's see if we can get a stop here. Gets 3rd and down. Oh, nope. We're going to get freaking 10 yards on the run. 3rd and 1. See if we can blitz them here. Hopefully they run it up the middle. Ooh, switching with it, flipping it automatically. That's nice. Oh, wow. Dude, they're going to score 3 touchdowns on us. They're going to score 3 touchdowns on us in the first quarter. Oh, Lord. That's another touch. Man, these graphics look great, don't they? 21 skunk? 21 skunk? Bro, maybe Heisman isn't it? I'm telling you, I played like a little bit of a dynasty with UTEP, and we played Nebraska, and I played them very, very close. I promise, I'm not even joking. I played them super close. I don't know what is going on with me in this one. Maybe the lights are too bright. Oh. Alright, we're going to run this drive. If we can't score here, then we're going to call it quits and end the video, but I'm at least trying. Oh, look at that. See, like, look how quick you can move. I'm just not used to that. I'm used to being sluggish, slow. But in this game, you can definitely switch on a flip of a dime. Oh. That was not good blocking by anybody on the line. Oh my God. All right, get me up.
Takes it the other way. The 10. Touchdown. The defense puts 6 on the board.
So no comment. We're gonna watch this game out from the sidelines. Oh, we scored a touchdown. Heck yeah. I couldn't even do that. 41-7 at halftime. Oh, 48-14. Oh my goodness.
As disappointing as this is, everything still.
All right, so that is the first taste of college football 25, and it has been something for sure. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. This one's probably gonna try to go up on the day of the release. It's 8 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna try to get it edited up really quickly. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope you have a good one, and stay tuned for the next episode. And I'll see you all in the next one.